Human trafficking is talked about on mainstream media, but let's get to the truth of the matter.
Long as we were alive. But let's talk about modern day human trafficking. What do you have for us?
Yeah, essentially what the US government and, our tax dollars have gone to is human trafficking child migrants from the US Mexico border. And what they're doing is they're kind of obscuring it with all these things. So um, when you hear about USAID was funding all these Lutheran organizations to help with migration, there's a company called Southwest Keys. Um, what happens is that they hide stuff under contracts, and they have other individuals not employed by Department of Homeland Security or Health and Human Services, and it gets really difficult to figure out where the money is going and what it's being used for. So when you hear about the 340,000 children that have been lost, this is the reason why. And I'll walk you right through the supply chain if you want.
Yeah, do
So
it.
so migrant child shows up. Now, here's the thing is before they even get to the US Mexico border, there are NGOs. One of them is called No More Deaths, and they have water stations set up, and there's tents. And within these tents, it tells people, hey, there's border patrol over here, don't go. There's no border patrol over here, go. So all these NGOs that are being funded are telling them what to do to prepare them to get to the US Mexico border. And then once they get to those little tents, they tell them, get rid of all your identification. Don't have a passport, don't have anything. And this is for the minors as well as the adults. When they're dropped off with DHS or Border Patrol cannot ask them any questions if they claim to be under the age of 14. So if you show up with a big gray beard and you say you're 14, DHS's hands are tied, which is insane to me. But they can't fingerprint, they can't question, they can't ask for ID, they can't anything. Now, once they have a minor, specifically under the age of 14, they can only hold that individual for 72 hours, which goes all the way back to President Obama's kids in cages thing. So where are you going to put all these children? What they do is they have a contract under DHS that hands them off to private military companies. And I only found out about this because when I wrote the book, people would say, hey, we got a contract if you're interested. And I'd say, what is these wonky contracts that are coming up at the US border? Why would we be there? So anyway, hand them off to a private military contractor.